Доброго дня, це медіа-центр України Одеса. Продовжуємо нашу роботу сьогодні. Наш другий брифінг сьогодні присвячений новинам з життя Одеського регіону, про які розповість речник голови Одеської обласної військової адміністрації Серhii Bratchuk. Сергію, вам слово. Що зараз відбувається на Одещині?
Слава Україні, шановні друзі.
Glory to Ukraine, dear friends. Today we will traditionally speak about the security situation in our Odesa region, in particular in our city and territorial communities of our oblast. And first of all, I would like to remind about information hygiene. Every time I remind you about this, and my colleagues from Media Center also remind you about this. And we've just had an air alert. And there was some information about the reason of the air alert all over Ukraine, in particular in the city of Odessa. But please don't forget to learn information from the official sources, because the information provided in unofficial service with regard to this air alert was not true. As for the security situation in Odessa region, the situation is fully controlled. Our military has tasks and also there is training to increase the defense capacity of our region. The war is not over, and unfortunately we cannot expect that it is over tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So please just support our defense units and the military administration. When it comes to the situation in the Black Sea, as of today, there are still 12 enemy ships in the Black Sea, including 3 missile carriers with 20 calibers missiles. The threat of air and missile strikes throughout the territory of Ukraine remains high. One more important topic is the energy security, which is an urgent issue for our region. And I would like to remind and to emphasize that in Odessa, the work is ongoing to restore the destroyed substations. They were destroyed on the 24th of January by the Russian missile attack. I would like to thank our air defense units for their high efficiency in destroying enemy's missiles, but unfortunately there were strikes. The 2 destroyed facilities that provide power supply to the city of Odessa and Odesa Rayon. Unfortunately, we now have the emergency blackouts in Odessa and in the region. There are no stabilization schedules, and still our engineers need several days to bring the situation to more or less normal. After the attack on the 24th of January, Odessa was hit the most. What has been done by Odessa military administration to improve the situation? According to the order of Maxim Marchenko, the head of the administration, the energy companies have to repair the substations damaged on the 24th of January, to finalize repairs on that substations and to increase the generation of electricity. The complex of actions will allow us to improve the power supply situation for Odessa city and Odesa Oblast residents. And I would like to remind once more that the reason of the blackouts is the Russian attack, missile attacks, and Russian aggression. I would also like to remind that the weather conditions are severe now, but the engineers have been working 24/7 to improve the situation. When we speak about the weather conditions, we emphasize the situation that there are storms in the Black Sea and the possibility of mine explosions is very high. So these mines can reach the coastline and detonate there or in the water. So if you have any information about strange objects on the Odessa coastline or beaches, please inform the relevant authorities, and the state emergency service will disable these mines. From the 25th of February 2022, there has been in force the order of the Odesa Oblast Military Administration to go on the sea for boats and also to visit our beaches and coastline. I hope that you will hear me for us not to have tragic events in our region that we had last year in the summer. The grain agreement is there, it is ongoing. The ports of Big Odessa are operative. There are some flexibilities due to the problems in our power supply. Last week, 18 ships exported more than 600,000 tons of food from the ports of Odessa. This is 1/3 less than it was last week, unfortunately. In particular, 40,000 tons of wheat were sent to Kenya, 56,000 tons to Bangladesh, and 60,000 tons to India. And we continue working with the consequences of weather conditions on the roads of Odessa Oblast. We have around 100 pieces of equipment, and we have the people responsible for clearing up the roads. Please use the information from the official sources. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them. Olga Donska, Fifth Channel. I would like to clarify the situation with the power supply, because DTEC and the Odesa Military Administration have told that there is no possibility to finalize repair by the end of January. So do you have any precise dates when people can have the scheduled blackouts? I would like first to thank Odessa for their understanding of the situation and for their resilience. We are all in one boat. And it is secondly, it is not recommended to give any forecast. There is only one forecast, that we will be victorious and that there will be peace in our country. The damages after the missile attacks on the 24th of January were more severe than we hoped, and on the 10th of January, the region was also attacked by Odessa drones. The attack was on the 10th of December. So the attack on the 24th of January only deteriorated the situation. I cannot speak about precise date, but we hope that we will be back to the planned outages as soon as possible. Does DTEC has enough engineers to rectify the damages? So we have one common goal is to ensure power supply to Odesa residents. The questions related to equipment, engineers, and all the issues are solved every day. Our energy companies say that the number of equipment and engineers is enough, and all the issues are solved in our daily work with the proper monitoring of the head of Odesa administration and the relevant departments. I would also like to ask you about the power supply, and this is a very urgent issue, and of course all of us are in one boat, so to say. That was the end of December, or that was already January, when we had massive air alerts and massive attacks. Missiles and drones, and we have such massive attacks like once per 2-3 weeks. So there is some frequency. And we have noted that during massive air alerts, there is a blackout, a preventive blackout, in the whole region. I have a question. Perhaps you are not the right person to ask the question, but I will try. If so, the massive attacks started around the 5th or the 10th October. Why there were no preventive blackouts on the territory of Odesa Oblast to prevent the situation that we have now? Don't we have the experts that could say that there could be and should be preventive blackouts? Yes, perhaps this is not, I'm not the right person to answer your question, but I can just tell you my personal opinion. We all learn during the war, and the electricity engineers are no exception. The practice of preventive blackouts, including the electricity transportation, for example, like trams that we have in Odesa, is very efficient, and we can see this, and the engineers report about this. I would like to say that everyone learns during the war, including the engineers. Why such measures were not taken in autumn? Perhaps the engineers will be able to provide you more details. Thank you. Thank you. If there are no other questions, we will just finalize our briefing. Thank you, Serhii, for being with us, and we hope to have you here the next week. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, there are two briefings planned. We will have a Serbian lawyer online that tries through the court to prohibit the recruitment of the Serbian citizens for the Wagner military company. And the next briefing will be for the representatives of local authorities of the Kherson military Oblast from Kherson, just to share the details from their region. So stay tuned. Thank you.